no time. We'll be aboard the Inspirational Space Station. Mark KARAN's right ahead of me. Hang on, everybody. We're landing. You ready? Hold on. Come on in. And it's time to pull ourselves into the reality that is Tiny House Live. Right here, high above you in the Inspirational Space Station. Circling the Earth as we speak. It's different than the Earth. It's more than Earth.
Earth with ore.
It's an Earth with more ore in it. That's where we find ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend right here, Mark KARAN, with me right here as co-pilot tonight. Aboard the Inspirational Space Station. You have any idea what's going to happen to you tonight?
Not a clue.
Exactly the way I like my guests. Exactly the way my friends up here like my guests, too. Without a clue. Yet, questions to be answered, and problems to be solved, and music to hear, and stories to be told. And
clueless is just more interesting.
I find that. Exactly. Who wants to have a clue? Not me. Not me, especially in this format. Where's our main camera tonight? Do you know? Can you tell? They're everywhere, aren't they? No,
this
one right here.
Screens and
there's screens everywhere. That one right there with the two of us, that's our main camera tonight.
Okay,
except when you're playing a song, in which case we'll switch over to a individual camera just for you.
Well, you have quite a collection of cameras here, so.
Well, it takes a lot to get to outer space. It really does. This ain't easy.
And there's all these numbers and flashing lights and things over here, too.
I know. They just flash just for the fun of it. They're not really doing anything. They just, half of the studio is the way it looks. Turn the lights on, turn the lights down. Whichever way.
Get your mood on.
Get your mood on. You've been involved in a lot of studio recordings, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I think you have.
It's actually it's maybe my favorite playground. I mean, I love playing live, and it's its own thing, but I really love messing around in the studio.
I do too. I just like feeling like I'm making something that's going to last more than just the performance.
There's that, and there's just the ability to craft stuff, I mean, you can take what happens in a live moment and then add all these interesting layers and I don't know, crafting your sounds, there's a lot more control over sound.
Yeah. I enjoy that part too. You have to be a bit of a soundsmith, a tunesmith.
Yeah.
Enjoy tearing it apart and putting it back together.
Absolutely,
again.
yeah.
I could never be a car mechanic.
No,
it's not one of my strengths. Or taxes. That's all I was doing.
Well, let's don't talk about taxes.
No.
I'm having a good time.
Show bomb and crash.
Yeah.
No taxes here. This format is too small of a format to talk about a big subject like taxes, politics, religions.
And probably flies under the radar of all that anyway.
We hope so. We hope so. Thereby saying you can say or do almost anything you want to in this tiny house because we are orbiting the planet Earth, or Earth, depending on how you want to look at it, high above the hills of Petticoat. With you, my friends, I've got some friends already checking over there. Karen's here. Hello. Angela, glad to have you with us, too. These are two hardcore people.
Oh,
they are.
Hardcore in what way?
Well, I don't know them personally, but I do know that anytime we do something live, there they are.
Okay.
And
we like those kinds of people.
We love those people because we obviously share a common interest, right? Whatever you want to call this, it's a common interest.
Wacky oddities.
Yeah, but if you want things that aren't wacky and aren't odd, you can watch any channel you want on that thing they call TV.
That's right.
And that's where all the mundane entertainment lives, with all those commercials in between that make you want to buy all kinds of drugs from the pharmaceutical people.
After they read off all the possible side effects, I'm not really interested in buying any of them.
No, I feel the same way. It's like, wait a minute. Matter of fact, I can't watch TV now without my mute button, so I can just mute.
I just do the streaming services, and that way there aren't any commercials.
I do too. But I've got some YouTube stuff, and I've got commercial-free YouTube as well.
I won't. I haven't done that. I haven't made the leap yet.
I fall into YouTube Live television. YouTube Live, which I like. You pay like $72 a month for that sucker, but I've got access to all live entertainment around the world. You see, I can watch the Giants. I can watch live tennis. I'm kind of a Wimbledon tennis freak. So
see, and I'm kind of a plot geek. So I watch a lot of scripted stuff.
There you go. Sitcoms? Are you a sitcom guy? Can you laugh at a fake laugh?
If a sitcom is weird and left of center, then I love it. But it usually only gets like one season.
But the smart ones don't necessarily last.
But I like the sort of left of center oddball sci-fi stuff. and all the superhero stuff, especially the weirder stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly why you're here.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of figured that.
You just named all my references. I've always said Tiny House Live is a little bit of a combination of Pee-wee's Playhouse and Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, okay, I'll buy that with a little bit of 50s sci-fi thrown in.
Well, that's why the aliens had asked me to be here. They know I'm a good vehicle for them, and yes, they will be by. I think I warned you a little bit, but I didn't tell you too much about them. They'll be by. They've got some questions to ask that are important for the people of Earth and important for them. More importantly,
I'm an open book.
They make their presence known when they feel like it. In the meantime, what do we? I've got something I could play, and I've got some questions I could ask. What should I do here first? That's the real question.
It's your spaceship, Captain. Do what
I know.
you
Well,
want.
that's the case. I'm gonna tip my hat to my unofficial sponsor tonight. That would be Voodoo Ranger, Juice Force. There you go. Unofficially.
He's not lying. He was raving to me about this stuff when we weren't on
I love
camera.
it. I love it. I love it. And since I'm on the subject of sponsors, let me get this off my list tonight. I'm also now officially sponsored by Josh the Fermented Man. Sounds like a sci-fi plot right there, doesn't it?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Yes, it's Josh the Fermented Man.
He's kind of rotting.
He's rotting in his. He's making. But what I have here is actually a honey garlic that he's making, and these are available to you folks. You just need to contact me, message me, and if you want an address, I'll connect you to Josh the Fermented Man. And the honey garlic is going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. And the curry corn, the curry corn. Now, I believe my guest doesn't know this yet, but this is actually going home with him tonight.
Oh.
Yes, you get the curry corn.
All right.
From Josh the Fermented Man.
This is like a curried salsa kind of thing.
That's what I'm envisioning. Yeah, he's really good. He's doing not marinades. He's doing relishes, sauerkraut. He wants my fruit from the orchard.
Nice. Well, you lose me at the sauerkraut, but the rest of it sounds great.
You got to ferment something and stick it in the ground. Kimchi, whatever you want to call it.
Kimchi I like.
Well, that's
kombucha, sauerkraut, not so much.
Isn't kimchi like sauerkraut?
Kind of, but it's a different flavor.
Who knows? Who knows the answer to this important question?
Kimchi's got this spicy thing going on, you know?
That's right, it does. It does. Well, see, that's probably why we agree so much. I got to have the spicy thing going on. So on that realm, I'm keeping the honey garlic here for myself. I'm going to do something with it on one of my Monday night menus, which you've probably seen on my food porn channel.
Just slather it on a roast chicken or something.
That's what I'm thinking, chicken. Yeah, probably chicken. I don't do too much pork these days, but it could be a good thing for
honey garlic on pork.
I'm
could
telling
be
you,
pretty yummy.
pork chopping right there, stuffed
Yeah,
pork
baby.
chop, stuffed pork chop.
Poke chop.
I just realized I've got my CC up here, so it's actually printing everything we say, which is funny to look over there and see pork chop, pork chop, pork chop all listed out. Is that what I'm saying right now? Good God,
okay.
hard. I've got pork chop subtitles tonight. Oh, all right. Well, did I say already? Yes, I did to Karen. Yes, I did to Angela. Anybody else checking in yet? We'll see. We'll see. You know, people catch on. Feel free to pass it around. Do what you need to do. It has a life of its own. A life all of its own. You know, let's go back in some history. Then we'll come back and ask you a couple questions. And I see you have that instrument in your hand.
I do. You mentioned something about playing a little bit.
I think so.
We'll do that in a while, yeah.
I think that would be advisable.
Well, there you go.
I think music calms the alien beast.
Otherwise dangerous alien beast?
Could be. We don't know.
Oh.
That's what they're deciding right now.
Okay.
They need to know whether or not they want to come down and be friendly or just piss us off and get rid of us, move on. You know, they've seen the same movies we've seen for the last 50 years.
Yeah, well, you know, with all this...
How would you feel?
I'm wondering if as many people as I thought saw Terminator saw it, given where we're at with AI now.
Yeah.
Anybody remember Skynet?
It's life imitating art.
No shit.
And that's where we are at this point in life, and that's okay. I can deal with it. I'm using it.
It's a great tool. I just fear what happens in the wrong hands.
Me too.
You know.
Me too.
But that's been true of every technological advancement along the way. So
it is. If you have a drone, you can fly it over the Grand Canyon. You could also strap a machine gun onto it. It's all technology. How are you going to use it?
And we could be doing a lot more interesting things with the internet than certain social media things. You know?
Oh, hell yeah. Like this, for God's sakes. Tiny
Yeah, well,
House
there it
Live.
is.
Tiny House Live
Thank
right
you,
here.
Facebook.
Really, honestly. And on that note, yes, this is my Facebook channel, my Facebook regular program that I normally use. I also archive all this nonsense over to my YouTube channel at Viral Media Art. YouTube. So that'd be youtube.com/viral media art, and that's where this will live in a day or two.
All right, then.
You know, we'll have some fun out of this. We'll edit a couple things out that'll go have another life over there too.
Now, did you tell me a story of the previous time that I was on this show with you, and we had a ball?
It was Christmas time.
And it was like the only show that you've ever had that got pulled down by Santa Claus?
Oh, you had to bring up Santa Claus. I'm so...
Well, I mean, you know.
And I'm not regulated. I'm so fucking pissed off at Santa Claus.
Oh, good. There's no...
No.
Okay.
We're not limited by anything but time and space. And
I
barely
was
even
filtering,
that up
so,
here.
you know.
You don't have to do that up here. Not in this world. But no, I got our show knocked off the air, taken down because of a 3-minute clip at the very end of the show with Santa Claus talking to little children, and I edited it to where Santa Claus was talking to me. I thought it was cute, and it certainly worked in our format. I worked hard on that, Santa bitch.
Oops.
And whoops, and to have him knock on my door and say, "Hey, I'm taking your whole damn show down because of that." I said, "Man, Santa, what did I ever do to you?"
Can't we just edit the end?
I've been a good boy. How about if I just take it out and we'll call it even? Too late. So,
Oh, really? Vindictive.
Vindictive. Took it down. Never come back again. Santa, my love affair with you is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Ho, 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 my ass.
Oh, hey, my ass.
Santa lost a hoe. That was on that show.
You know, it was on that show.
That was the other song I did besides Merry
That's
Christmas to the Family.
right. That's right. Great song. I'm used to hearing it from the Christmas Jug Band.
Yeah, Dan Hicks and Audie DeLone wrote that.
Oh man, that's such a good thing. Oh my goodness. Hey, you know what? Let's hear some history. Then let's come back and let's hear some guitar. Then let me ask you a couple of questions and we'll move on. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Somewhere along the way, I wish I had Hot Wings. I'm going to do that with somebody.
Hot Wings would be good.
Have you seen Hot Ones? The show Hot Ones? That's where you lay down this kind of a show, and I put 10 hot sauces between us, and after every question, we have another hot sauce as it gains in heat through the Scoville units.
Nice. Okay.
By the time we get to the 2 million Scoville points with the bomb, you can barely talk and cry.
Yeah, I'm
and
not
you're still
eating any
answering
ghost
questions.
peppers. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the level we'd be approaching. So I'm looking for my challenge out there. This is going to be a challenge. I'm going to challenge somebody to do a Hot Ones version here.
When I was a younger man, I would have taken you up on that challenge. I still love my hot food, but not like I did when I was a kid.
I don't know, somehow my heat has seasoned into something I could try it.
Nice.
I could try it.
Nice.
Hot Ones. It's on the First Let's Feast channel on YouTube. Check it out if you haven't seen Hot Ones. It's really, really fun, and I'm going to do a segment soon like that.
Okay.
Because I have to. Life imitating art. That's what we're doing.
I'm willing to sign up. I'm just saying I'm probably going to bow out before we get to the ghost peppers.
See, you can't. Once you get started on that train, you got to keep going. That's what they say.
You know, there was an Indian place in Southern California when I was living down there. Chef Saad from London. He was this notable Indian chef from London, and at his restaurant, Canard de Bombay, he had these very varied degrees of heat for the food, right? But you couldn't just go, "I like hot food, give me the hottest." You had to have the first one, and then the second. And you had to move your way through it.
That's what I'm saying.
And if you actually got to number 10, he had a wall of photographs.
Oh, you see?
And anybody that actually ate the number 10
got their photo on the wall.
Yeah.
See, that's the star to grab right there. That's what you want.
Yeah.
All right, I need to put a prize at the end of this.
We all need a brass ring.
We all need a brass ring. We all need a. Hey, look at over here. Some guests have popped in. There's my buddy Donovan Stark. Donovan Stark, right here. I was just thinking about you today, my friend. Wondering how you've been and how Aline is and how new married life. Donovan recently got married to Aline, who met Donovan, by the way, on Tiny House Live.
No.
Yes. You see how this
show. How does
show
that work?
You see how it works beautifully. Am I right? Am I right, Donovan? Darn right it does. Have you seen them? Man. Yeah, anyway, I'm happy for both of you, obviously, and glad to have you here as well as my buddy Gordon. And Gordon, you're going to hang tight because we have a friend who's out in around here tonight. I already introduced Stan to Mark over here, but I think he's been bugging me. He's been bugging me for a margarita, so we may find out what's up with him in a minute. But at this very moment, we're going to play some music from your past. Yes, Mark Karen, this is your life.
Are you saying I have a past?
You do have a past. It's a notable past, and we're going to talk a little more about that after we fill in a missing page here. And
Okay.
y'all ready? You ready for that? All right, there you go. Well, you know, one way or another, it's your life, and what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I've been waiting ever since you called me, but it got real late. I got ticked off, I cut out. Went down to the bar and grabbed a drink. Who should I see driving in that big car? Wearing a goofy hat and drinking from a bottle of Chablis. And it don't lie to me, and it don't lie to me, and it don't you lie to me. Now, you're trying to tell me that you're talking to your brother. Think that I don't notice? You take the phone to the other room, picking up phony conversation just for me. I don't mind talking to Billy, but I sure ain't blind. And if you'd really like to know, and it don't you lie to me, and it don't lie to me, and it don't you lie, sugar, don't you lie to me. Danny Eisenberg, come on, man. leaving me broke. You can go downtown, find another lover. Won't be too long before he says the same thing I do. It's and it don't lie to me. This and it don't you lie to me. And it don't you lie, Mama, don't you lie to me.
Hey, Professor. How about making me up
what?
a fine margarita? Top shelf.
I'll make you a margarita stand, but I can't make you for it right now. You're just a skeleton, man. They go right through you, you know.
Yeah, I know, but I still want one.
Well, maybe after the maybe after the show, Stan. What do you say? What do you say? What?
I'm just a skull. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on, Stan.
Oh.
Stan the skeleton man. Right there. Always got something interesting to say. Barge right into my show, right, Stan? Jeez, man. God, I was right here with my buddy Mark KARAN. Buds, buddy. It all makes sense in my world. Thank you for being here. Tiny House Live, high above planet Earth. Look down there. Look way down there. See it? I can't tell where we're above right now. Maybe if people wave, we'll be able to wave back.
Is that Mount Tam?
It is Mount Tam. Right there, I see it. Good call. Good call from up here. You got good eyes. Not as good as me as the old man eyes. Got to wear these new glasses. Got some new glasses. You like them? They're red.
I do like them.
Yeah, they're a little change for me.
And they're round.
And they are round. They're closer
They're
to
not that sort of cat eye thing.
That's right. I didn't want the cat eyes. Now typically, you know, I'm probably better off known for wearing my big glasses.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? I'm shaking it up, folks. I'm shaking it up. I can be a progressive man. On that note, hey, you know what? I'm going to play a little name drop with you, and then we're going to play that instrument that you have in your hand. But as I mention these names to you, hang on, let me have another little sip here. You want to sip off your water? Are you all right?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. I'm taking a little sip off my water of life right there. All right. Oh, there we go. A little more reverb to make us sound sexy when we ask these questions. As I mentioned, I like to do these with a hot wing thing. In other words, I'd put some hot sauces between us and mention this name, and you'd sample some hot sauce. And I'd mention this next name, and you'd sample another level of hot sauce.
I like the sound of that.
We'd work our way all the way to the top.
Kind of a flight of hot sauces.
Yeah, I think that's fair warning to anybody. I'm actually going to do this. I just need to find the right person to really just inflict this hot thing on.
I've always really liked, the shops where you go in and the whole thing is dedicated to hot sauce.
Right.
And there's like 700 different hot sauces.
Yeah.
I love those places.
Well, there you go. And because it is about flavor profiles, not just the heat.
Exactly.
And that's what this show, Hot Ones, does. Am I bragging on this other guy's show so much? I hope he talks about mine as much as I'm bragging about his. I hope so. But anyway, that's not what's happening here. I'm going to mention a name. You just tell me. Because these are all people that you've been connected with in your creative lifetime. And, just tell them how we connected, or without getting too lengthy about it, because we've got 6 or 8 of them here, good to say. But these are important people in your musical life, I'm assuming.
I'll find out.
Well, you better well know. Let's just start it off right at the top, because you had a fun connection with Bob Weir and Rat Dog.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was in that band pretty much from the beginning. Not quite the beginning. I think they first started playing in '95, and I know Matt Kelly was guitar player for a while. But in 1998, after I had been with the other ones earlier that year, Bobby and I met that way, and yeah, from '98 until, actively touring until 2010, and really until about 2012.
That's a lot of history. That's a super lot of history.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. See, that's why I wanted to ask you. When you were here with me at Christmas time, we jumped right into the holiday festivities, and I didn't get a chance to lay down the path of where you've been and how you found your way to this tiny house.
Yeah, well, it's kind of bizarre too, because I grew up in San Francisco and in the Bay Area.
Right.
And I moved down to LA in about '91. More music business, blah, 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 whatever. I had never met any of the guys from the Grateful Dead. I'd seen the Dead a lot as a kid because I was hanging around the Haight and whatnot, but I didn't know them.
Yeah.
But I met John Molo when I was down there, and we did a bunch of sessions and live gigs and stuff. So when they were putting the big band together after Jerry died, Molo gave them my name. And so it's so bizarre, because my whole connection to the Dead, which has been going on for 25 years now, started with an LA connection, even though I was from where the Dead were from.
Isn't that funny? That's exactly the way this music business works, too.
Bizarre.
There's no rhyme or reason.
No.
It's so incestuous sometimes. Well, that's a really cool connection, and obviously it was great for you. It gave you a lot of information. You learned a lot from that experience, I'm sure.
On many levels, yeah,
I'm sure of it. Yeah. I mean, professionalism, how to get what you want on stage, how to project what you're doing, how to fit in, how to not play.
Well, I was always pretty good at the not playing thing. I kind of grew up with the ethos of what you don't play is just as important as what you do.
Right.
People that are constantly diarrhea of the instrument, it bothers me.
Oh, me
but,
too. As a
you know.
sound engineer, when people start to noodle in front of other people, it's just that's noodling.
Well, that's the other thing is the difference between noodling and jamming.
Right.
Because if you're jamming, you're listening to what everybody else is doing, and
Right.
you're interacting and having
Right.
a conversation.
Right.
If you're noodling, you're just having fun, basically masturbating
Yeah,
on
there's
your
a fine
instrument.
line between noodling and a jam band.
That's exactly. It takes a certain consciousness. It's right. It's right.
Hey, here's another one. Tell me a little bit about Jeremiah Puddle Duck.
Well, I'll correct you right off the bat. It's Jemima.
Oh, Jemima.
Yeah.
Well, that'll teach me to read my own writing.
Well, but you know what? That's a really, really common mistake.
I imagine.
Just like a lot of people think my last name is Karan.
Oh, there you go.
It's
not.
It's not.
No, it'd be with a C, wouldn't it?
Or a K-O, But Jemima Puddle Duck was a band that actually got put together really early in, like when I was first playing with the other ones. The first big, the Dead thing that I did.
Right.
A DJ that had a Dead show in Southern California called me up and asked me if I'd like to open a show for Merle Saunders.
Love Merle.
And I said, I'd love to. I don't have a band. Let me make a few calls. And I called Molo, and he said he'd love to do it. And I called a dear friend of mine, Bob Gross, who I'd been playing he'd been playing bass with me in a lot of things through the years in LA, and he was happy to do it. And my friend Arlen Shirebaum was a wacky keyboard player, B3 player who had
Love it.
a whole shaft of or raft or whatever of guitar pedals patched into his
really?
B3 organ.
God help us.
So he made the strangest sounds, and they weren't synthesizers. It was all organic. It's very cool.
Well, I worked a lot with Howard Wales.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Who was kind of capable of the same thing with the Hammond, doing those odd things.
Yeah, only he just did it with the Hammond, right? He didn't have-
Yeah.
Which that's even more notable, really.
Yeah. We already mentioned Danny Eisenberg. Let me throw his name out from just what we
Great
just
player.
watched because
Great player.
and I'm a fan. Here's another name for you, Delaney Bramlett.
Wow. Another example of me having this incredibly lucky, blessed, whatever you want to call it, experience of being in love with an artist as a kid, like I was with the Grateful Dead.
Right. Well, Delaney and Bonnie.
Delaney and Bonnie. I was a huge fan. There was a period in my life of several years where I listened to Delaney and Bonnie, Clapton's first solo record, which was Delaney.
Right, and that was my question to you: is why do I know them so well? And it was largely because of Clapton and that connection.
Mad Dogs and Englishmen was Delaney. Delaney kind of introduced the world to Leon Russell. And he taught Eric to sing. He produced Eric's first solo record.
Yeah,
and I loved him as a kid. Yeah. And I had no idea, but I moved down to LA, and once again, there I was in Los Angeles.
You see, things happen there, don't they?
I used to play this blues jam on Sunday nights, and my buddy Bob, the bass player I was talking about, comes in one night, and he's got Delaney Bramlett with him.
Really?
I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, you live in Hollywood or LA.
And Delaney heard me play that night at the jam, and he fell in love with my playing, and so I got to play with Delaney for the last 10 years of his life.
Oh, that's awesome. It's great. It's all about time and place, really. And a lot of this is about good fortune, just connecting with people at the right time in the right place,
Absolutely.
at the right point of your or their career.
Yeah.
So you can only do that by being there, right? I mean, you can't sit at home wishing you had this and wishing you had that if you're not out there connecting.
That's right.
So on that note, I want to give you special props for coming out to Tiny House Live tonight, doing this and just sharing what you do in this conversation so well, because it only inspires people out there, and I think it inspires you whether you know it or not. And I hope it gives you a little more, centering on getting your bigger life out there. Everybody, it's a tough time to be a musician right now. I see it with a lot of my friends, and it's just like, we just spent $5,000 to make an album. Now what? And now what?
And $5,000 is cheap.
$5,000 is cheap. That's a demo. And just like, and now what? Well, you're going to need a video. Did you shoot any video during?
Well,
your recording?
and the other big now what these days is, now what do I do with it? I've got a new record that's ready to come out.
There you go.
And I don't know how to, I don't know, should I release an album? Do I release singles? Do I bother to make CDs? Nobody buys them anymore.
You know,
I don't know what to do with it.
well, you can and should still make CDs. In my world, CDs will live forever. I'll pass them along to grandchildren. They'll still be able to play them.
You know, Randy, I got to
But-
tell you something about that, because I want to be there with you. But
He wants to believe.
I went to the dog park the other day. I had met a bunch of great people there, and
Uh-huh.
we'd become friends. And I realized I had a box of my CDs in the car.
Uh-huh.
So I grab a dozen and I
There you
walk
go.
down to the park to give them to my
you
new
go.
friends.
That's what they're for.
Let me gift you this, you know.
Promotional.
And I'm handing these people these CDs, and they're stoked that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But every one of them said, "It's so nice of you. I don't have a means to play this."
I know, but I don't have means to play an 8-track anymore, and I don't have means to play a multi-track recording.
And that's why I'm not making an 8-track.
Available soon on MP4.
Yeah, well, that's what scares
Well,
me.
you know-
Is, I'm a sound buff, and an MP3 is
Yeah, you don't want the compressions. You want to be staying away from that. You want full fidelity, and it's amazing what can be done. It's amazing what can be done. But we have a lot of conversations like this ahead of us, because I know you're working on this aspect of your YouTube channel and what you want to be doing with your new material.
Yeah.
As a lot of people have this kind of questions about it, and actually I tease myself, and I've done this before, is have an in-depth conversation on what I know about this realm and how I know you could potentially help yourself, which is kind of all I'd be interested in more than anything else. But
Right.
we'll see about all that as we move along. Before we move on, I'm looking at Angela is saying yes, CDs and vinyls still, and she still collects them.
Yay, Angela.
Darn right, because they will be there. There will always be a record player to play your record collections. There'll always be a CD player somewhere that you can play that on, or make a copy off of it. So. That's what I say. We all have those things. We all have. Hello, Claire. Hugs to you as well. Glad to have you with us on
Hey,
this
Claire.
on this fun night. Are you feeling the gravity tonight? I'm a little it's not lack of oxygen. Maybe it's a little more oxygen than I'm used to up here.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't have a lot to compare it to.
This is the Boeing door behind us. Maybe I should check and make sure. No, it's not. And we're not stuck up in this place like the Boeing astronauts are either. They're still up there.
What?
Yeah, the two Boeing went up there this big thing they're going to do to advertise Boeing, and make us forget about their doors falling off their planes and the tires. And they sent 2 astronauts up, and now they're stuck in space.
Oh boy!
Way to go!
Now I'm way more
Way
confident.
to go! It's like going up in a jet, big old jet airliner, and never coming down. Come on, where's Steve Miller when you need him? Whoa! We just hit some high altitude. Did you feel that? That was that whole thing I was just telling you about.
Little fluctuation.
Yeah, it's a time and space thing. I know what it was. Oh. Yeah, I did. They're on their way.
The aliens are coming.
Yes, they're not here yet, but they are on their way. But that's not an issue for us at this moment, because actually what they are requesting is the fact that you play some music. I think that's really what they're saying to me. And that's odd. They usually don't make requests while they're flying in to join us. I understand they are going to be joining us tonight live, by the way, which has never happened on this ship.
Really?
I've had conversations from the outside of time and space, but one of them actually, Gamaha, the High Council of the Astronomic Command, is going to actually drop in and be a visitor on the show with 10 important questions that he wants to ask you, my friend.
Wants to ask me personally.
Well, because they're trying to determine whether or not they want to come visit us on this planet at all. When they look down here right now, they ain't so sure. And who can blame them?
Well, given some of the stuff that's currently going on.
So I'm just saying they don't want anything to do with those people. Just like I don't care about those people either. What I care about is my friends and how they're moving forward in life, and that's what they want to. That's what, evidently they're interested in me because of what I care about. And we've worked out a trade. They've given me the secrets to time and space in addition to be able to help them get information. So we'll get on to all that right now. But I think yes, I know. I'm talking too much. They just want you to play. Shut up and play the music. They told me in their own inimical alien way.
Okay.
Save us, Mr. Spaceman. All right. Let's see here. All right. Well, let's see. What do you want to play? What are you thinking about here?
Well, given the intimate nature of what we're doing, I had mentioned that I've got this record coming out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do something from that.
Cool.
And this is a song that I co-wrote with a dear friend of mine, Deb Grabian. And normally when we get together to write, she comes in with, a fair bit of the lyric taken care of, but I'll help finish the lyric, and I'll usually be the one that throws the music on it.
There you go.
And in this instance, she brought this song in, and it was fully realized, and there wasn't anything that I could even think about changing.
Wow.
And the really trippy part was, it was that, and the way I felt about it and what it said was that I could have written it.
Wow.
She had basically brought in a song where she had written my heart.
Wow.
And so that's
amazing. When those kind of connections happen, and you're lucky and blessed to be there when that happened for you. Let's have a taste of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a song called Breathing Room. Well, hello, old friend. Pull up a chair. You ain't bothering me. I ain't going nowhere. Really kind of glad you dropped by. You tell me all my friends are saying they can see there's something different about me, and you're kind of hoping I might tell you why. Well, I found this place inside myself where no one goes but me, and the whole damn world stays locked outside, and when I'm there I'm free to breathe, free to breathe, free to breathe. People think I broke my heart, expected me to fall apart. You look surprised to find me doing fine, but they haven't made the irons yet that could shackle me to my own regrets. The only chains that hold me down are mine. Yeah, and I found this place inside myself where no one goes but me, and the whole damn world stays locked outside, and when I'm there I'm free to breathe, free to breathe, free to breathe. Well, I'd pick myself up, then I'd sink back down, treading water, I damn near drowned. Way down deep, I finally found my feet, and now I'm breaking the surface, and the breathing room is sweet. Hey, old friend, are you headed out? Hope I got rid of all your doubts. The past's a lesson, not a torture rag. And feel free to let folks know I'm doing okay, I got room to grow. My life's been waiting, and it's time I took it back. Yeah, and I found this place inside myself where no one goes but me, and
the whole damn world stays locked outside. And when I'm there, I'm free, free to breathe, free to breathe, free to breathe. I'm free to breathe, free to breathe, free to breathe, free to breathe.
Wow, wow, my friend. Jeez. That surprised me.
That's a good thing.
That's a great thing, man. I love it. I love it when I'm surprised by somebody like that. And especially in here, I just kind of go, man, that's a lot to put up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks
thank you,
for
thank
giving
you,
me
thank you.
space.
Oh, darn right. Well,
And thanks, Deb, for writing those beautiful words, you know?
yeah, darn right. Darn right. Sorry, what's going on over here with my little musical background world? I think I just got totally distracted in that, man. That was really, really nice. I mean, you really put that out, man.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to hearing that back and whoa. And, oh, uh-oh.
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 Oh, are they here?
That's what I was afraid of. Well,
Oh,
good
wow.
timing, actually.
Okay, then.
It's actually good timing because I was due for another sip of my beer, and we'll get back to another song or two. We're all right in our time and space. Yes, we
Yeah,
are. Yes, we
yeah.
are. But I know my friends, and when they're ready, I know them all too well. Let me see if I can unlock their communicational status so we can better understand ourselves. Because as you know, Mark, Karen, they have 10 particular questions to ask you. Is that right? What happened over here? That's all right. That's all right.
That's right.
They're okay. I'm making sure they get the best transmission possible. They're a little particular about these things when they happen. And they like things to be just correct. Oh, wait a minute.
Then we'll get along fine.
We are. Okay, now wait a minute. I can see them actually coming into me. Let me get my equipment. This is not so easy, folks. You think this is easy? This ain't not easy. It's not easy to fly time and space. And okay, wait. I got them though. Hang on. Here they come. All right. Okay. Oh, all right. I see them. You see them?
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Well, they're amazing creatures. They are amazing creatures. Professor. All right, come on. Find your way. Yeah, Professor. Professor.
Hello? Welcome. My name is Yamaha. I'm the astronomical commander of the Flag Force Orchestra. And I'm here to ask you some questions, Mark.
Okay.
It's been a long time. We've been waiting for this moment to be able to get in deep with another humanoid, mostly bag of water. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. It's just that it's kind of how we affectionately term human beings. As mostly bags of water. Are you ready, Mr. Mark?
Sure.
All right. Here's your number one question. Clothes are very interesting to us. When gathering and getting dressed in the morning, do you put on your socks first, followed by your shoes? Or do you put on a sock and a shoe, followed by a sock and another shoe?
I need to think about this. No, I definitely put on a sock and a shoe and then a sock and a shoe.
You do?
I do.
You do a sock and a shoe, followed by another sock and a shoe.
A shoe? Bless you.
You are the first humanoid we've ever met that actually does it that way.
Really?
Everybody else is sock, sock, shoe, shoe. Very interesting, Mr. Karen.
I've always been a bit strange.
Go with your strengths. Question number 2. We have noticed that you tend to stack your foods on top of one another. We believe you call this a sandwich. What is your favorite sandwich and why?
My favorite sandwich is turkey breast, pepper jack, cranberry, with the typical lettuce and tomato and onion,
I see.
with lots of mayo and lots of the cranberry. And why is because I really like the sort of Thanksgiving in a sandwich with the little bit of sweetness that happens in there.
How very festive of you. Good answer. Good answer. All right, question number 3. Since, as I've mentioned, humans are mainly bags of mostly water in a flexible container, what do you think happens to your body when it ceases to exist?
I'm guessing if I don't decide to burn it, it will it will rot, and the water in it and whatever else is left will help fertilize the soil and go on in its own way that way.
Oh my! It sounds more complicated than being alive. Good answer, though. We are beginning to understand you better and better every moment.
Uh-oh.
You share your planet with so many different species. Do you have an animal that you might consider an animal guide?
An animal guide. I mean, I've always kind of thought that my spirit animal was probably a dog.
Aha, I see.
But guide, that's a different question. But maybe, the more I think about it, maybe still dog.
I see.
The unconditional love, the eagerness to just be in the moment. Humans get very distracted from the moment and get hung up on the past and the future, and dogs are a great reminder.
Yes, they are. Much like the dog that you have locked in your car at this very moment.
He's got food and water and the windows are open and it's cool.
He will be fine. He will be just fine. We are sure of it.
I don't know what got into that little guy tonight.
He realized he was on a strange planet. Who could blame him? Question number 5, Mr. Karen. We estimate there are over 8 million people on planet Earth. If we do choose to visit you on this planet, who would you select us to meet first?
First. I don't know if this is a particularly unique response, but I'm going to say that maybe the Dalai Lama would be good.
Oh, the big guns. Yes.
Well, we might as well put our best foot forward.
I was going to say Taylor Swift.
It's funny. I have no problem with Taylor Swift.
I
think she's great.
I do too. We all do, even out at our planet.
Nice.
Around the whole astronomical domain, we play her music frequently. All right. Humans live in a 3-dimensional world. Have you ever had what we call an out-of-body experience besides this one?
I have.
Have you? Tell us.
I've had many, actually.
Many?
Well, I used to drop a lot of acid when I was a kid.
Me too.
And, we started out kind of just exploring and doing like quarter hits and stuff and getting the giggles and, maybe a little bit of something, I don't know. But we kind of thought that was it. And then one day we took a trip and we were coming down and we didn't want to come down yet. And so we took a little more. And for the next 8 hours or so, we astral traveled. We traveled around multiple universes, and we got to the point where we referred to that as having a huge, and we would arrange them. We would get acid and see how strong it was by taking a hit, and then we go, okay, so let's do 4 of these.
4?
Sometimes. It depended on how strong the acid was.
My goodness.
So in that sense, yes, I have had an out-of-body experience.
This explains so much. Oh, it's good to laugh. It's something our species have in common.
Absolutely.
A good sense of humor. All right. Question number 7. Question number 7.
That's a lucky number,
It
too.
is lucky. It is lucky. Let's hope it's lucky for you. It seems to us that all humans and individual creatures, to some degree, have habits or rituals that are their own. Do you have any habits or personal rituals that are unique to you? Something you do every day or can't do without or must do before you move on.
Well, I know I'm definitely a creature of habit, so nearly everything that I do is probably some version of that. I'm a little OCD in that respect. But I think an odd thing that I do, and it's most of the time it's actually pretty much unconscious, is something I do, especially a lot if I'm like sitting and watching a movie or something on TV.
Movies are good.
I'll put my hands together
What?
and I'll kind of make these little things.
The schoolhouse.
Yeah, you know,
It's a triangle.
it's any number of things, you know, but I'll do these little symmetrical shapes with my hands.
Interesting.
And I have no idea why I do it, but I do it pretty regularly.
I know why.
Well, please hit me to it.
Would you like to know?
I would.
We have been reaching out to you for the longest time, waiting to connect with you in this very moment on Tiny House Live. Those were our communications to you to heighten your antenna to be able to be here.
I love it.
We were communicating to you all along.
I love it.
That's how Tiny House Live works. All right, that was a very, very good question, a very good answer. Music is also very interesting to us. If you were abducted to another planet and had to only bring one musical album with you to listen to over and over until time and eternity, what would it be?
Oh God, that's my worst nightmare.
I'm sure of it.
God. Is there a ticking clock on this one?
But you can point towards your favorite band, if that helps.
It doesn't. I mean,
We got you, Mark Karen. You're
could,
mine.
I could say the Beatles, but
You could.
but there's so
Did you?
No, because there's. I could say the Grateful Dead.
Yes. Did you?
No. I'll be honest.
All right, be honest.
The album that comes to mind, and there's so much that I would miss, so much. But Bill Frisell's "Good Dog, Happy Man" album is one of my all-time favorite records, and I just love the way it makes me feel when I listen to it.
I must Google search this immediately. We are not aware of this in space.
Well, then, yeah, you need to check it out. It's a beautiful record.
Well, I will be doing that as soon as this interview is over, I'm sure. My cohorts are already working on it. Bill Frisell.
All right, one of our last questions coming up.
Yes.
We have been visiting your planet Earth for millennia to monitor your advancements. Have you ever noticed our lights in the sky, personally?
Remember those days when I used to take a lot of acid I was just talking about?
Yes, I wasn't there, but yes, I recall you saying so.
So, one time, about 6 of us took a bunch of LSD up on Skyline, which a friend of mine lived in the house, a ranch, right next door to Neil Young's ranch up there. And we used to go up and hang out with her up there because it was so beautiful. It was a great place to drop acid. So one night, we dropped at night, and 6 of us were laying on this hillside, staring up at the stars, and all 6 of us simultaneously noticed what I'm assuming was you guys.
That's right.
Because what we saw was a light that we at first thought was a star, and then it moved rapidly in a straight line, and then it moved in kind of an odd shaped line very quickly,
Interesting.
but it was still hanging out in the same area, and then it just shot out of the frame. And all of us saw it, none of us discussed it, all of us reacted to it, and we talked about it later. So I don't think it was the acid.
No. Your professor has a very similar sighting. We contacted him many, many years ago.
Not surprising.
It only made sense to us. All right, my last question to you, Mr. Mark KARAN.
Yes?
What number am I thinking of?
Oh, geez. 7.
So close. No.
Well, are you going to
3.
3.
3. It is the trilogy.
It is the triangle. It's Pink Floyd. Oh, secrets to the pyramids. Oh, the Illuminati. What?
I don't know about the Illuminati.
I know you.
We don't really believe they exist. All right, my friend. You have done us well. You have served us well. Thank you so much for answering our questions tonight. You bring us one step closer to feeling better about humanity. And yes, maybe even popping in to say, hello.
Oh my
Love
goodness. Oh my goodness. What is up with those crazy characters? God only knows. I'm so glad we're on our ship tonight. High above.
You wouldn't want to be on theirs?
You know, they've offered it a few times. So let me turn this mic around. It'll probably work better. 40 years of audio engineering. I know how to turn the mic around. Thank you so much for participating in that. Hope it wasn't painful or to pull too much out of you.
I found it pretty entertaining.
You know, I think a lot of people did out there. We can look out there. It's time, Light Painter says. It's time. Time for what, Neil? What is it time for? We'll find out. Well, let's backtrack a little bit. It's still time. He's got. Hey, listen. What time is it, Neil? Somebody's stuck in time. Oh, the alien
Maybe
is
it's time for the alien?
Annie Wilson. Annie Wilson.
Annie Wilson.
Yeah, really? Yeah, you think so? Is it?
I'm thinking not the one from Heart.
Maybe it is. We know a lot of people out here in this greater world.
I'm thinking I might know who that is.
Okay, well, then if you know that Annie Wilson, she's saying that alien is pretty scary. Hopefully he means well. Of course they mean well. Darn right, they're still looking at us. Look at them. They're still peering in through the window.
Oh, yeah?
You know, they're a curious lot.
It's those eyes.
It is the eyes. They're very cautious. That's the thing you'll find out about our alien friends. They're very cautious. They've got millennia to decide whether they want to come down or not. They're in a big rush. We're the ones who are in a rush. Look at you rushing around out there. Oh my goodness. Tammy Bell loves this. She said finally she likes this little segment. I do too. And yeah. I like the way it kind of worked out this time. He was kind of peeking over your shoulder, looking for questions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to get us out of this little scary theme that we're working on, I bet you've got another song you could play us.
I could do that.
Because we're straight up. We're gonna start moving down that little road of the evening.
Road of the evening.
Road of the evening. It totally went down the wrong road of this evening.
The wrong road of literary blah blah.
Yeah, maybe it's just the mystery of the music I'm playing behind us right now.
Well, that is certainly some ominous.
It is, isn't it? We're gonna change that right now because you know what, Mark KARAN, let's do another song. Look at the way he just moved all that around.
Huh?
Huh? What?
What'd I do?
We'll let my friends listen to you. They still want more, so. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Mark KARAN here with me tonight. Tiny House Live, high above the hills of the Inspirational Space Station.
I'm going to request some input from you,
Really?
Professor. Yeah.
Okay, great.
There's two different things I've been thinking I could pull out here.
Uh-huh.
One is another song that Deb and I wrote that's going to be on this upcoming record.
Okay.
And it's a little bit more up-tempo and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Another one would be very unexpected and definitely down-tempo, but not depressing by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
And maybe a little bit more unusual.
Well, you've got me intrigued, as well as my friends out there, I'm sure. Which would you like to see have a life after this?
You know, it's so tough to say. I mean,
Well, we can play them both. We are not limited.
The songs on the new record get a fair bit of life.
Right.
And this song, I don't think I've ever played in public.
Oh. Typically a good reason to do it.
I'm thinking so, because I think there are other opportunities for those other songs to showcase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once again, we're not limited by time and space here, only by your dog and your car.
So which one's quicker?
No. No, whichever you're feeling it.
Yeah, no, I'm going to do this. And I think I'll save any backstory or whatever until post.
Okay.
Driving into town with a dark cloud above you, dialing the number, it's bound to love you. 'Cause honey, you turn me on. I'm a radio, I'm a country station, just a little bit corny. I'm a wildflower waiting for you, broadcasting time, wailing for you. And I'm sending you out this signal here. Hope you can pick it up, honey, loud and clear. 'Cause I know you don't like weak men, you get bored so quick. You don't like the strong ones 'cause they're hip to your tricks. And it's been dirty for dirty down the line. And I come when you whistle, if you're loving and you're kind. If you've got too many doubts, no good reception for me, then tune me out. 'Cause honey, who needs a static? Hurts the head, and you wind up cracking, and your day goes dismal from breakfast party to the sign-off prayer. What a sorry face you get to wear. I'm gonna tell you again now, if you're still listening there. If you're driving in town with a dark cloud above you, dialing the number, it's bound to love you. And if you're lying on the beach with a transistor going, kick off the sand, flies under the love still flowing. If your head says forget it, but your heart's still smoking, call me at the station, the lines are open.
Very cool and unexpected. Lovely, amazing. That was great.
Not a lot of men cover Joni.
No, they don't, and I don't know why. Especially when they do it like that, Mark. That's fantastic. It works so great for your we'll say baritone.
Yeah, thank you.
Joni doesn't do it that way,
No, she does
which
not.
is all the more reason to do it your way.
I don't think Hank done it that way.
I don't think Hank done it that way, but you want to jump into one more? You can if you like, because you were somewhat challenged by playing which one you wanted to play.
I suppose we could do that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do that, because that's exactly what's coming up over here. People are wanting to hear more music, and
All right,
who could blame them? Who could blame them?
If anybody's curious, that song was a Joni Mitchell song, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Off of the For the Roses record, which is also one of my favorites.
Classic.
cowboy, you know I kept my dance card full. But I got thrown, broken, and bleeding when I tried to ride the bull. Don't know if I should walk away or try to make things right. Only running up for shores, I just don't want to fight about it. Half my friends keep telling me everything must end. The other half keeps saying I should ride that bull again. Just might keep my seat this time, the risk is worth the prize. But I'm still trying to rub out all the sawdust from my eyes. And I can look up to the mountain, see the house we used to share. I can look into the darkness, what I'm seeing don't seem fair. I wanna try and ride that bull again, but I can't afford the fare. Sugar, this ain't my first rodeo, and I'm not real sure you'd care. Angry hearts and voices, take a breath and count to 10. They kept on making choices, they kept coming round again. The damage done, the things we said, you can't change history. So let's keep on moving forward, darling, no one rides for free. And I can look up to the mountain, see the house we used to share. And I can look into the darkness, but what I'm seeing don't seem fair. I wanna try and ride that bull again, but I can't hold the fare. And this ain't my first rodeo, and I'm not real sure you'd care. It's closing time, this is where we stand. The ride we shared is over, but I'm holding out my hand. They're sweeping up the sawdust, they're hollering out last call. But say the word and I'm willing to get back up on that bull. And I can look up to the mountain, see the house we used to share. Look into the darkness, and what I'm seeing don't seem fair. I wanna try and ride that bull again, but I can't afford the fare. This ain't my first rodeo, and I'm not real sure you'd care. This ain't my first rodeo, and I'm not real sure you'd care.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
That was another one I wrote with Deb.
Ah, it was.
Yeah.
You know, and I heard that song. I think you played it last time. You might have played that one last time you were here. I know you played it before because
Possible.
we've done a few shows together with.
No, this is only the second one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I already know your song. See, that's a great thing.
Well, maybe from the Redwood Cafe.
I think that's what it was.
The video.
Oh yes, that's probably what it was. And I almost pulled out that you're guesting with Jeffrey Halford.
Oh
Because
yeah.
Elvis Wrecked the Television is one of my favorite songs. And
Yep.
you guys do that one so well.
Well, you did play that on the last when I was on last. Yeah,
I did. Yeah. And I thought about it playing this time, but I said no. You did that last time.
And the one, and what you did of our band, there got lost, right?
Yes. Yeah. So not the case this time, my friend. It's 100%. And we've had some great comments out here. Karen loved it. I'm going down the list over here real quick. Gordon said, "Good stuff, Mark." Live painter Neil Barbosa right there. Hands clapping, and another 10 stars. I have to check out my star thing.
Hey.
You know, I check out my star. Angela, she loved the music. Karen did too. Tammy, hello. Yeah, some great people tuning in tonight.
Awesome.
You know, this video gets such a life after the fact too. That's really the fun about this. Yes, we have some fun with you in the moment here. Get to kind of bring you into the conversation, have some conversations ourselves, and after this, just like the greedy stepchild, we let it go into the world to have a life of its own and propel itself into myth and history. As everything that comes out of Tiny House Live does.
Hith and mystery.
All that hith and mystery right here on the planet Earth. Just to bring us back to the beginning of the show.
That's it, full circle.
We are full circle. And actually, we're about full circle with our show tonight.
That seems
You know,
about right.
before we leave, since I don't have any hot wings to tempt you with, what's coming up in the world of Mark Karen? Let's do a little plug on some of your.
I got a few things coming up.
Yeah, let's
actually.
hear about those. And,
I'm not exactly sure when it's going to be released, but I've been touring with Dave Alvin in this wonderful band, The
God, I
Third
wanted
Mind.
to ask you about that. And the Gilmore Project, too. There's so many things that we didn't even begin to touch on.
I guess I'll have to come back.
I think you do. I think you do.
But anyway, Third Mind, we just did this run that was great, and there's going to be a live record coming
Great.
out, which I'm really stoked about because I wasn't on the 2 studio records. I was brought in as the live guy. And so I get to be on a release, which I'm really
That's
excited
great.
about.
Yeah.
And then, was it August 16th, I believe?
Yes.
Is our first date in the Santa Rosa area
Yeah.
on our own as Mark Karen's Buds
Yep.
at the California Theater.
Yeah.
Which I understand is a really nice room. I've never been there.
I haven't yet, and I'm looking for my reason to. And you are the reason. The only trouble is I think I'm coming back from my vacation. Yes, I'm taking a vacation on that day.
Oh, well, yeah, you're not going to want to do that.
I probably won't, but
No.
I might see if I can move my vacation up. And I've got some time to play with. I really want to be there. Is what I'm saying.
Certainly no pressure, but yeah,
I
it'd
would
be
like
good to
to
see
do.
you, of course. And let's see, what else is going on? September 22, which is a ways off yet, but it's coming up. The Buds will be opening for Tommy Castro at Novato Hop Monk.
Great.
And then most of September into most of October, I'll be out on tour with
who?
Live Dead and Brothers.
Dude, you see? That makes you a major player, my friend.
Well, I mean, at the very least, I'm keeping busy.
I'm hoping you're going to make it to the Sphere.
You to play?
Yes.
You know, I don't know if I'd want to.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd give anything just to go there. It's so
See,
on my bucket list.
It's so not on mine. I'm not really that into
You've
like
seen
the-
what's going on then. You've seen Live Dead stuff already and Fish and
Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. You know, the giant spectacle is not, especially when it's music.
yeah.
I'm looking for more intimacy and connection.
No, I can see why you say that because it's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
It very much puts the band and the music on the postage stamp as being part of the environment, and it's just part of the environment.
Right.
Where most shows, you know, you tease the audience with a little visual in the background or something, but
Which the other thing is, I mean, and by the way, from a lot of reports that I've heard, Fish made better use of it than
yes, they
Dead
did.
and Company did.
Oh, absolutely. I was not a fan of what Dead and Company did with it. There were a couple interesting things, and I watched a lot of it. U2 did a very good use of it as well, segments of it. Nobody's really done anything yet that I could, you know, I'm a big Coldplay fan. Yes, I'll admit it. I like
Uh-oh.
Coldplay.
Here comes the hate mail.
You know, I know, say what you will, but they write great songs, and they work with the audience so well. I'm waiting for them. Not that I'm going to go. I think the lowest ticket price is like $350. I think something like that.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because my understanding is that they start out there, but it's a big place, and if they don't sell out, you can get tickets for, you know, $150, $200.
I would hope so. Yeah, yeah.
You know, and if I were to go to something that wasn't live music,
Right.
I would probably enjoy the spectacle of it.
Yeah, go there, see a movie.
Or I mean, well, no, I mean, because I want to see all the weird visual shit, you know.
Right.
But maybe it's recorded music, or you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
love Cirque.
Yeah.
So you know.
Sure. Yeah.
And you know, like I went and saw the Beatles' Love,
There you
and they did some, certainly not as spectacular as what Sphere does.
Right.
But they did some similar stuff, and I didn't dislike it because
Yeah.
of the nature of the presentation. You know?
Right. It's for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, the Sphere is a 360-degree performance facility built in Las Vegas. It's something like $6 billion, I think it took to construct this giant thing, and it's pretty darn amazing.
And Dead and Company have kind of been doing a residency there.
Yes, most bands do. They come in there for a week or 2 weeks and dig in because there's a lot to do there. Anyway, all fun, all interesting. It's on my list. We'll see if I ever make it. But on that note, where are we here, Mark? You know, I think we're kind of wrapping. Oh, you know what? Well, you played a little space song for me. It was like you said. You made me. You don't. It's a song that goes back to the. Can you just touch on that for a second? I love to ask people to do things they don't know I'm going to ask them to do. You said it was right around the same time that
Yeah.
No, you don't do the whole song. Just
I don't know the whole song.
No, don't just riff on what you riffed on.
So this was a song that, believe it or not, was on Top 40 radio when I was a little kid.
You see, I'm taking you back.
It came out about the same time as One-Eyed One-Horn Flying Purple People Eater.
Classic.
Was out,
they don't write songs like that anymore, Mark.
So I don't remember the groove or anything. I just remember the essence of the song.
That's all I'm looking for.
We've just discovered an important note from space. The Martians all are putting on a dance for the human race. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, the Martian hop. Ooh-wee, ooh.
One more time.
Ooh-wee, 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 the Martian hop. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh.
That's going to be an advertising blurb. That's going to be for the next tiny house inspirational space station visitor.
I don't know. That might chase people away.
No. Look, the heart's flying over here. No. That was endearing as all hell. Come on, man. All right, we're going to back our way out of here. Before we do, let's say goodnight to a few people who've been helping us laugh at ourselves here tonight because the loves are coming up, comments are coming in. Karen Knight loved it. Of course she did. Claire loved it as well. Of course you do. Gordon, what do you say, Gordon? You showing more stars. Gordon kicking in the stars. I better check the star thing out.
There might be some money connected.
There might be. There you go. And another great live start to my birthday. It's your birthday, Angela? Happy birthday to Angela. I didn't know that.
Happy birthday, Angela.
Happy birthday, Angela. You deserve much, much more than just this. All right, my friends. Yes, we're going to back our way out here. We're going to wish you well. Mark, Karen, thank you so much for spending your time, energy, and creativity with me.
My pleasure.
Doing this thing that we do.
This is fun and wacky and weird, and I love it.
Always fun, wacky, and weird. That's go with your strengths, as I said earlier tonight. Mm-hmm. And we're going to head on out here and wish you all well in this time and space that we should share together here on Tiny House Live. Love you much. Love you much. There we go. All right, my friends. Wishing you well right here on the Inspirational Space Station. Once again, returning you to your planet in the correct time and space, in which case we picked you up in the beginning of this adventure.